Hey guys, what's going on? Jorge here from GamePlay.com, talking about a game I hold very near and dear to my heart, the game I've been waiting around for. It's Star Wars The Old Republic on the PC by Bioware, produced by EA. I have some history with this game. I've been in the beta the last couple of months and gone to the early access at different press events and at Comic-Con, so I got to see I got to have a lot of hands-on time with the game. So the way it's set up 300 years after the original Knights of the Old Republic games, so past the Sith Lords that you played on regular Xbox. So basically, the big selling point for this game is that it's completely and fully voiced over, which, after playing it, it really does make a difference. Because in its core, it's still just a very typical MMO. You'll have quest givers, you'll have your fetch quests, you'll have your kill X amount of monsters, but being that you create a character and he's fully voiced, and the people who give you these missions have their own personalities, they have their own little kind of side stories, you kind of take an interest into actually doing these little dumb menial tasks, just so you can go back and see what the reaction is. And I think the approach to the light side, dark side, so basically regardless of what character you pick, you almost always have a good guy response and like a dick response. And it adds some replayability to the game, and it also gives you, you feel like you can't take certain decisions back. Like if you played an original Bioware game, basically if you didn't like the way something turned out, you just reload it and try it again and see how the other side looked. This one you can't really do that. This one, if you make a decision to kill a character, that character is gone from your story forever. There's no reloading or anything because everything's saved to a server. And if you're new to MMOs, you might have a little bit of trouble just because the game is under the impression that you've played an MMO before. So you'll be thrown a lot of MMO terms like pickup groups, bugs, flashpoints, grouping. It's all stuff, if you're new to MMO, you've never seen this before, so you'll constantly be hitting that question mark to see what all these terms mean. So things like the profession system or the crafting system, which is really interesting, I think will be completely lost to certain people when they get their hands on it, because I think this has a mass appeal to people who like Star Wars and people who like MMOs. So if you're in the Star Wars camp where you just want to play a good Star Wars game, you'll like it it feels like a single-player experience with just MMO elements thrown in there, because you can play this game completely solo, 1 to 50. I do wish it did have a better queue matchmaking system, because they do have these dungeons and raids that you go to, and in order to go to them, you just have to literally stand in front of the dungeon. I wish they kind of had something implemented like World of Warcraft, where it'll just, I want to do this dungeon, get people together, and then teleport me there through magic. Doesn't have that there yet. They said they might implement that something in the future. There's 8 different classes you play in the game, all with their each individual stories. They took a lot of care into crafting each and one of these player class stories, because essentially this game doesn't end, because you'll run through a story character. You have to kind of decide whether you want to be a good guy or a bad guy. So in essence, you can be a light side Sith warrior, which is how I'm playing it right now, just because it pretty much freaks everyone out in the story when I do something nice when they expect me to kill them. So just playing it through that dynamic makes the game really interesting. But as good as these stories are, they're all fully voiced over. There are some that do kind of drag on. I think the Jedi stories are kind of like cookie cutter, good guy, save the universe, bad guys suck. And another really cool class would actually be the Republic Smuggler, which you're essentially playing a Han Solo type story. You have a Wookiee companion who joins you, you have a ship that vaguely looks like the Millennium Falcon, and it's just different because your story, as serious as it is, does have those moments of like levity and comedy, and it's so well written that you'll just want to, like I said earlier, you just want to finish stuff earlier just so you can see what the next cutscene is going to be like. It's new player friendly, so I know more hardcore MMO players will probably literally blow through the level cap in weeks. So that's my biggest concern, would be endgame content. I'm playing the first month. I'm going at a pretty brisk pace, but my fear again is when I get to level 50, what else is there for me to do? What is the game going to do for me to merit another month coming out? And I guess what they want you to do is just, hey, once you finish the storyline as a Jedi, try Smuggler, try a Trooper. I just don't know how that's going to work for me, considering do I want to rerun through the same planets I did earlier and I spent 200 hours on one character? Do I want to do it again? Just for, to me, I don't think the storylines hold up enough to merit me investing more time into another character that way. It's a big game. There's so much for me to cover. There's companions that come with you, so you can essentially play the game completely by yourself but never feel alone, and you'll have support there. And they have their own quests. The crafting system is crazy stupid deep, and you don't even have to do it yourself. Star Wars does a good job of taking care of the boring kind of stuff in an MMO. So crafting, you can actually have a computer do it for you, and it'll do it while you're logged off or while you're adventuring. It pushes you along fairly well, which is, I think, works against it, just because you'll find that you're going to blow past this game, because some of these stories are really compelling. If you play the Imperial Agent, that alone is just super fun to play because you're backstabbing people, you're doing assassinations. A great game. I think you should probably give it a try. If you have any interest in Star Wars or just want a new MMO to play, Sword is definitely the way to go. The big question, is it better than WoW? WoW has a 8-year head start, so it was able to make mistakes and build on that and listen to the community. I feel that Star Wars will be able to do the same thing. Is it better than Warcraft right now? No, just because it's Warcraft is kind of the big boy. It's been there 8 years. It's fixed itself. It's enormous. It's a monster. Will Star Wars steal a bunch of people away? Yeah, definitely. But thumbs up on Star Wars. I'm loving it. Hopefully you guys will see a video. Maybe Diablo 3 beta. I'm still playing that right now, so yeah, I have a lot on my plate. Woe is me, I'm playing video games. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do your thing downstairs, comments, likes, all that kind of BS. George, enjoy.